real microphone rather than my line mod.
Oh, let me introduce you to the world of what do they download? Voice Meter Banana.
That's what I use. Yeah, to make a virtual audio thing so that I can play music to the stream. But I clicked the wrong thing, so it's been playing to my microphone. The other version.
Before I got the hardware mixer, I used to use Voice Meter all the time. Yeah.
Voice Meter Banana is fantastic. I assume you're using it to do the live play for Blood Bowl.
Yeah, it was to get the only way I could get my desktop audio into Discord.
Friends at home, welcome to King Arthur Pendragon 5.2, the Great Pendragon Campaign, episode 17. Glimo, thanks for that 59 a month streak. That's almost as long as James's from yesterday. Wasn't James?
No, mine was 50. I was 54.
Was it? I thought it was 63. All right. Glimo, you got him beat still.
Yeah, I had to take my credit card when it got scammed. I had to not pay for a few months, and that reset my score.
Let me say this, friends. Today, someone told me, "Are you always going to be a loser?" And I said, the world tells us that we should be who we really are. Would I intentionally exaggerate a real situation that happened in order to make it comedic?
Absolutely
yes,
not.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. No, I've never.
I don't believe that.
Conversations I've had with Pondo have been skewed and slightly misrepresented in some way. But it's really been that kind of day, overall. But hey, there's a new Tabadachi in Another World up on Ryuria's channel. You can check it in Discord under the Tabadachi Discord subheading.
Hey, good news for everyone who's not Glimo. My daughter says you can't be nude if you don't wear glasses.
Okay. Hey, 3 out of 4 of us, not nerds.
I have 3 pairs of glasses within arm's reach, so yes.
What are the Gen Zers thinking of these days? You can't be a nerd without glasses. Has nerd come to mean something new? I don't know. Guys. I just don't know. So anyways, there I was in the year 493. I believe we're wrapping the year up after you guys got brutally ambushed.
Did we do Christmas Court? I was trying to recall.
Nope.
We ended right after the ambush.
The death of Sir Baradin.
Sir Baradin. R.I.P. Soup Night.
Yeah. I need recovery time. I think I'd gotten to the point that I was awake again, but I can't travel without aggravating wounds.
Well, that's a problem because, you're in a foreign country and your boy wants to leave right now. Your county boy. So you may have to be left behind with a small honor guard.
Yeah. At least to recover enough that I need until the following Sunday before I won't be risking aggravation.
I think that the count will go to Sir Kendric privately. He's having his gauntlets taken off and cleaning all of the blood off of him as he's wiping his forehead and says, "Sir Kendric, we have to move. Obviously, Sir Gwgan is too injured to take with us, and he may not be the only one. Can I trust your Brotherhood of the Axe to be a rear guard and make sure that no more accidental Saxon hunting parties follow the Salisbury Knights south?"
Yes, my lord. Of course.
Okay.
Ebius looks very fierce with his 14 hit points.
Yeah.
He gets back on the horse again, and within a few minutes, the column continues riding south, leaving you alone with no supplies in a foreign land full of people who just tried to kill you. Sure. And you're not allowed to go into the nearest major city.
Oh, well, we will just find somewhere to hole up.
How do you want to go about that, I wonder?
So I would like to find the nearest small village.
Okay.
And basically either force them to shelter us or steal from them. Well, or, appropriate their supplies.
Such a period knight, this man. I think you will indeed need to raid these people.
Sure. Okay.
I believe there is a role for raiding.
I already disliked their king.
If we're going to do that, Ebius would like some first aid first.
Sure.
I have 3 light wounds that could be healed.
What's your first aid, Spoon?
11.
Okay, but you're one better than me.
Yeah. Okay. So I will attempt to render first aid first to Hebes and then to myself. That's a success. So you would heal D3. Yeah.
D3, every success.
So you heal 2 on the first one.
Thank you.
You are welcome. How many do you have?
3.
3, you had 3.
1 on the second one. And then none on the third.
Okay.
Before you do yourself, Spoon, I have a feeling, I just want to double check that there is a penalty to first aid yourself.
Okay.
I have a 10.
I have a 10 too, so. It's about healing, I believe, in the book. Just keep writing the game, Arthur, while we look this up.
Would you like to raid or pillage this village?
I think just raid.
Okay, so raid is extremely temporary, fast ride-bys, and pillaging, you basically move in and methodically disassemble the village.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm like, I don't know how many knights have stayed with us.
You and Hebbies are the only riding knights.
No, Gwent's not here.
Gwent is here. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, Gwent is also
here. Yeah. So we do. There's only the 3 of us, so I don't even think we have enough people to really pillage anything. So we're just gonna raid for supplies.
Squires. You got plenty of squires.
Sure. No, we're just gonna raid for supplies, and then we're gonna move on.
Okay. You may roll selfish or loyalty lord, whichever is higher.
I think that's going to be loyalty lord.
Very well. What a fortunate time for you then.
Success.
Okay. You gather more than enough to feed yourself supplies for Gwgan and the other knights. You pull in about 250 pounds worth of loot and treasure.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. I was in 250 pounds. I was in Libra.
Yep. Libra. British pounds, perhaps.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you ride into a village and you're just like, give us all your stuff or we'll kill you. And they go, okay.
Okay, cool.
You seem like you're upset.
I was incorrect, by the way. You can first aid yourself in that penalty.
Okay. Now, it should be noted that it is traditional to give a large portion of a raid to your lord.
Yes, correct.
So that 250 pounds, when it starts getting divided among squires and the knights, and there's at least 3 riding knights, and
my lord, while resting, we found these funds.
Yeah, you don't need to lie to him about where they came from. He's gonna know.
I
do excellent. Apparently, I saved the good stuff for myself.
You're using the supplies you just raided, and they're premium quality. They got the very efficient arrowroot.
Yeah.
They put aloe in the bandages.
Topical analgesics, anti-inflammatories. One guy was wandering around talking something about free radicals, but he seemed like a real hipster.
And then we will find as safe a place as we can.
Making your way
to make camp
south. Yeah. Okay. Let's figure out a nice skill for not getting murdered in your sleep. It's one of my most favorite skills, actually.
Yeah, that's a good one to have. Yeah, I was say either awareness or maybe like hunting to find a good spot.
Oh, you know what? I'd love hunting, and you don't get the bonus for being in
Yeah, in my own land, so it's just
You're
straight.
outside. Yep. You're in Malahut, so you're in my world now, not your world.
I've hunted enough in Malahut.
Good enough.
Yeah.
You tuck yourself away in a nice little copse of trees where you can't be seen from the road easily. You spend a few days bringing everybody back up to health, and about a week and a half later, you begin a long ride down the King's Road, back to Salisbury and Sarum.
Nice. Okay.
When you arrive, there are many stories of a new knight of Silchester called the Hero of Winchester. He has been riding around the area that will one day be known as Camelot, solving minor problems and claiming to drive away Saxon scouts. He's establishing himself as some kind of folk hero knight. But no one knows exactly what he looks like. It's just the stories are being told of the Hero of Winchester.
Okay.
Would you like to attend Uther's court in London or the Earl's court in Sarum?
Sorry, go ahead.
So I think before deciding that, I would like to find out, or can we find out if possible, what report did Roderick give to Uther about the reception in Malahut? Like, is the claim that the king, had people attack us, or just that we were turned away? I'm just curious as to how, because I guess from the politics of the situation would depend
I'm not
on
sure
how
if you guys
Roderick
are
is
privy to that level of state information.
Yeah.
I think what Roderick will comment on it is he will say that I reported on the situation as what happened to us happened. It will be up to the king to make a determination as to the truth of the matter, as is the way of kings.
So I don't know about you other two. My preference would be to stay in Sarum, unless Roderick has something for us to do in the King's Court under the current circumstances.
I agree. There is no one at the King's Court that I have business with.
Yeah. And the King has taken an interesting turn. Yeah.
Yes.
EB's being very recently raised is going to just, go with what the group wants.
Somewhere out there, there's a guy who likes to make soup that's dead, who just wishes he had more ghost friends back in
What do you mean
Corvette.
more ghost friends? He's got two of them. He's got two of the PCs with him.
It's like the end of Return of the Jedi, where just like more ghosts start popping up, each.
So what would be the appropriate split for this like 250 pounds? Like how, like,
I mean, at least 30% would be considered filial piety. More would be a more honorable and generous gift.
Sure. I think with Loyalty Lord of 16, I think Kendric will. I mean, well, so he'll consult Gwgan and Hebe's first, but he's like, we should give at least half of this to Roderick.
I agree. It was by his leave that we were there.
This is more money than Hebe's and his family have ever seen in their whole lives. So it's like he has no concept of what he would even do with this much money. So he's just gonna sure.
Very well. Yeah, so we'll give 125 pounds to Earl Roderick.
Okay. I'd like all of you to put a check in generous and loyalty lord. During the Christmas festivities, there is a shout throughout the hall that Roderick angrily wishes to see Sir Hebes in front of him immediately.
Sir Hebes comes up and bows and scrapes, and my lord?
Sir Hebes, again, doing the 100% Jack Ogbury from Master Commander. Raise your head up off the ground, man. I'm disappointed in you. You know why?
What failing have I done, my lord?
Your voice quavers before me.
Indeed.
Show some confidence in yourself, man. He slaps you on the shoulder. I cannot let a man who defeated 5 Saxons to save my own life be a man who is without a house. And it so happens that the manor at fault has become available. I would see it invested in your family line, Sir Hebes. Your service to my own life has been great. He turns to look at Kendric and kind of gives you a nod as well, and you get the idea that this is also kind of partially a gift to your group.
Yeah,
more or less. Like,
sure.
Hebe's just killed a lot of fucking... He knows that you're the one that personally saved him, but Hebe's killed a lot of people.
Well, yeah, because Kendrick was like, yeah, I'll go save the Earl. You're good fighting these 5 dudes, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, the thing is, your group is being weighed down by the fact that Hebes doesn't have a manor.
Manor of his own, yeah.
Thank you so much, my lord. I never thought that I could rise to such a station.
You never thought that? Never.
I was the 5th son of a merchant. It was a miracle that I got insquired.
Good man, Hebes. Dream bigger. For one day, even the 5th sons of merchants may sire kings.
Where's his new place again?
Fault Manor.
Fault.
It's the southernmost manor of the Central Lands.
Okay. Great.
FALT. And it's right next to Laverstock.
So he doesn't have to move his shit far.
All of you get word that Gwent has been married this year as well.
Nice.
He has acquired for himself a small dowry and a manor as well in the process.
Wow. Yeah, he had a manor already, but yeah, so he has got 2 manors.
There's 2 manors, yeah.
Yeah.
Things are looking up for the Order of the Axe.
Somewhere out there, we just flash back to Barradin lying in the dirt. Buried in a foreign land.
My lord, given my new station, is there anyone that you might have in mind for me to be married to?
I do, but we should save that for the end of year mechanics rather than make a courtesy roll. And my man, I reread the rules since last time.
Okay.
When you roll that roll, it's a one-time deal. Like, you save up the bonus and you spend it all at once. And it's a yes or no deal from there. So I'm going to let your bonuses from last year ride, but you have to make a decision as to whether you think your bonus is high enough or not. He's explaining this to you in in-universe terminology using flowery words that I could not.
Well, I think you can still say no at the time, but it's offensive to your lord, because your lord's like, okay, here's this woman I found for you, and you're like, no, I'm going to hold up something better.
I see. Yeah. I see. Okay. So
when you roll, that's it. It's the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't roll on the chart, and then you could say no, but you would piss him off.
Yeah, and you lose your bonus if you do so.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I'm assuming that he rolled because we encouraged him to roll, thinking the mechanics were one way. So I'm allowing you to keep your bonus, which I believe is at a +2, and could even go as high as a +3 this year with a good roll. But you have to make a decision whether getting married now is the priority and accepting that your roll could be quite low, Or if you think a +3 is high enough with your luck. I mean, with the power of Blood Bowl, anything could be a 1. God, that hurt me so bad on the inside. But is there anything else anyone wants to do at the Christmas time feast? I think we'll get a quick thing of a kind of bandaged and injured Gwgan being fed by a just off-camera
We
wife.
just see the hand come in.
In a very Powerpuff Girls.
Look, I said after that first Sunday, I'm able to act at full power.
Yeah,
so.
but listen, you're a wounded knight. Just let your wife feed you, okay?
Okay, no worries.
It's Christmas.
There's going to be a deleted or a behind the scenes commentary footage on the DVD of the director going, yeah, we just couldn't find the right extra to do this, so that's actually my arm that goes in there to feed them.
We've rotated through actresses. That was how Colonel Ty's wife, was her name Ellen in Battlestar Galactica? Like, they just kept going through actresses till they finally settled on the psychopath.
Yeah.
Well, so my wife and I watch Outlander. That's she loves the show. She reads the books.
Boy.
And
yeah, my
the
mom
episode
loves it too.
we just watched the most recent episode last night, and like there's a big reveal at the end when like a person that we've seen before appears after like 4 or 5 seasons, and everyone's like shocked to see them, but they couldn't get the same actor, so they had to get a different actor. So people that don't know the story from the books are like, who the fuck's this? Why is everyone so shocked? Because I don't recognize this person.
Hey man, listen, that was me watching the beginning of Spartacus season 2. I didn't know that they changed actors. I was just like, who is this really buff guy that we're following through a battle? And then everyone's like, good job, Spartacus. And I was like, is this the Spartacus meme where we call everybody Spartacus? Or is this guy the new Spartacus? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, that's very sad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have to be very clear about this. I don't like it when they replace an actor with another actor. The only time I've ever seen it work is when they replace the guy from the Warriors 3 in Marvel, any of the Thor movies. They just straight out replaced one of the background Warriors 3 with a totally different guy, and no one noticed.
Have you? Sorry, it's getting very close to intro. I just want to ask: have you played the Saints Row series of games at all?
No, never.
So
That's the one where you beat people with dildos, right? That's the primary selling point of that game. I was really hoping I could get Spoon to laugh while drinking on that.
No,
one,
I've played all the Saints Row games, so I know how absurd they are.
Am I right though? Am I right that is why people play it?
After like 2, yes.
Yeah.
So the you're playing one consistent character through the series. But in the first game, it was you only played a male character. You could change their ethnicity, etc., but it was only male. The second game brought in you could choose male or female, and if you choose like a female character, and people sort of refer to what you did in the first game, like, oh, you look different. Is it new hair?
Oh, all right. Intro hour's over. Let's start the outro hour. Anything else anyone would like to do at Christmas?
I don't think so.
All of you receive a special Christmas gift. What's his name? Bishop Roger is the Count's confessor.
Yeah.
So the Earl.
Yeah.
Sends all of you a plenary indulgence.
Oh, I have 2 now.
I give mine to my wife.
She just says, I'm not sure that's how it works. I don't think I'm going to use this, but thank you.
You're welcome. I have no idea how your religion functions.
Look, hey, at least adultery is a mortal sin, so she can't go and do that with it.
Yeah, man. Who in that relationship would commit adultery? Am I right?
Not by choice.
Not by choice.
Look, man, the dice made that one for me.
No. It was by choice for Kendric. It wasn't by choice for BigSpoon.
Well, I mean,
Listen, you can't have the story of Lancelot having Galahad without, my emotions ran rampant.
I believe that
the French really
that Kendric was drunk during that. So really, whose choice was it?
Oh, of course, yes. Being drunk is a great excuse to get out of having a kid. Oh my god! All right, let's not open that door. Let's shut the door in the face of that one.
No, I wasn't sure whether Kendrick intended to, with the remaining 125, to do any further split. But if any,
I mean, he's definitely not keeping it all for himself, but he will.
Oh, yes, good point.
Yeah, he will split it amongst the remaining.
There were two
knights.
other knights, and they had squires that watched over them as well. I don't know if you want to include the squires or the knights in the cut.
Well, for my sake, if any money does come towards Gwgan, it's just going to go straight to the church.
Okay. So it will be. So if there were the four knights of the axe and then two other knights, so it would be 20 Libra each.
Is that including is that to the knights or to the knights?
That is just to the knights. If the knights would like to,
if they want to split their share to the squire, they can.
That's fine. But Kendrick would not split the loot amongst the squires as an equal share. If their knights would like to pass that along, that's fine.
So I'll give 6 to Nerys as that's a year's salary for a knight, and the other 14 goes to the church.
I think Hebees will probably take this money to get his new manor underway.
You gotta go to IKEA and furnish it.
Exactly.
Need some Billy bookcases, some Schwab chairs.
Kendrick will give, 4 to Hayden.
Gwent is going to give all of his to his squire Maritza. He's had a good year and he wants to pass the good blessings along.
Yeah, pay it forward.
He does claim that he lost it in a rather brisk card game of his own making.
To his wife.
Maritza destroyed him in it. Something about a monsters deck. All right, let's start end of year stuff. Well, all the spreadsheet.
Get a new manor card, please.
Oh, isn't manners attached to your character?
No, it's a new character sheet now. Remember on this one?
Oh, is it? Okay. And a handout. A note. New manor sheet. I don't remember, James, but thank you for helping me remind.
Yeah, sorry, that was probably more direct than I meant it to be.
Listen, I'm being saucy. Don't worry about it. It's nobody's problem. Let's see.
Holdings. I'm talking back to my kids.
Holdings, manor. Did this work?
There's a new manor stuff there.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be activating. There we go.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Let me look over this long list of things we've got to do. Have a your checklist that changes every time we do something new. Winter phase. Step 1 is solo scenarios. No one has any solo scenarios, I think, and you fully decided to play Hebees rather than step back into. Have we made that decision? I mean, I guess you don't need to make that decision. I'm just curious if you have.
At least for as long as Hebees is alive.
Okay. I mean, that could be upwards of 60 more years.
Yeah, I mean, if we'll see what happens in 15 game years when it might be.
I want Hebe's to be Arthur's Ballin and then disappoint him right at the fucking end of the battle where Arthur dies. He'll be like, throw the sword in the lake, and you'll be like, of course. And you come back later, you're like, I did it. And he's like, no, you fucking idiot, throw the goddamn sword in the lake. I can't die.
I'm dying.
I'll be in eternal pain until you throw the sword in the lake. And Ballin's like, all right, hold on, I'll go throw the sword in the lake. And he comes back, and Arthur's like, no, why am I looking at you and there's no sword in the lake? And he's like, all right, for real this time, I'm gonna do it, okay? I always love these stories because Ballin is depicted as like the most loyal, most fantastic knight, and then at the last second he just fucks up and his name becomes associated with massive lying. Oh, Sir Ballin, you were not Ballin indeed. After solo scenarios, it's experience roll time. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Let's cash in, boys. Anything you got to check on or anything your manner gives you, let's do it. No one's making excited noises.
My generous goes up.
I got to roll, see if I can get a check in energetic.
Just remember, when one goes up, the other goes down.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have to roll to see if I get a check, and then I have to roll to see if it goes up. And I did not get
I know how pro reroll works. Spoon.
Loyalty Lord goes up.
Hunting, I don't get a check. Darn it.
I did not have in my notes that any of my combat skills went up due to the fight.
Did you crit at any point?
I did not crit anything.
And I am afraid that it may not have gone up.
Okay.
I mean, instead, you're going to be rewarded with a bunch of glory.
Let's see. So generous does not go up. Honest does not go up. Loyalty Lord? Nope. Hate Saxons? Nope. Compose? Yes. Courtesy? No. Fairy lore from that one crit. Hey, singing. Nice. Horsemanship? No. Sword? No. All right, I'm good.
We're almost done. Yeah.
I don't think any of my high skill. Well, so I guess my singing went up, but I think for the most part, it was all the skills that I have that are already low.
Yeah, I'm done. Oh, yeah, that's what happened to me. All my stuff was the low stuff. That's right. That's how we roll.
You're telling me it's more likely that skills you have low numbers in will go up?
Only statistically.
That's crazy. Now we do aging. You get older. Did anyone reach the ripe old age of 35 when you start dying for real?
No.
You.
Very well.
Don't forget to age up your squire as well.
Fire.
Indeed.
Yeah. Which, let's see. How old are you guys the squires?
Mine is now 19.
Okay. Same. All right.
Then let's talk about economic circumstances, which I believe involve moving over to the manors now.
Yes. The first part of that is doing all the working out what the income should be based upon our investments.
Yes, it's also been a bad year, so you get a +3 to the bad weather roll.
Okay.
For the year.
That's not yet though.
Normal income is 10.
Correct. Yes.
And I'm assuming there are no investments on my mana at the moment.
You gotta.
Harvest result is bad.
No, we don't know that yet.
Oh, sorry.
So do we need to roll for our investment income right now, James?
That's right. Yes, exactly.
That apiary, doing good, doing work. Fish pond a little less so, but that's fine.
Oh, I rolled absolute minimum on my investments.
Oh, rough. Okay. Let's see. All right. What's next?
Next time's going to be rolling for manorial luck 1d6. That's all of us, including you, Glimo. I think I have no result with a 4.
You got a 6. I got the 4.
Oh, okay. I did too.
So I think you got a benefit.
I got a benefit. 4 is no results. Glimo got no results, so I'll just roll for my benefit.
You saved the entire English honeybee population.
Your scarecrow really worked. All vermin scared away. -2 to fate.
Nice.
This year. Yeah. All right. Then we need to work out conflict. Is there any conflict in this time, Arthur?
There is not this far south.
Okay. So then it's going to be the 3d6 plus 5 or 3d6 plus 8 because of the bad weather for the...
So wait, is high bad?
High is bad. Yeah.
Great. I'm about to land a solid... Oh, never mind.
14. Okay.
About to land a solid dookie. That's what I landed.
So don't forget to take off the apiary -1 spoon.
Oh, yep. Thank you.
Anything else that does fate?
Apiaries are used for holding apes, right?
You know what? I didn't know what an apiary was until I played Skyrim.
Really?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Suppose they're not.
I was
going to
say, is there a big bee population in Australia?
I mean, so we don't have bumblebees. We only have honeybees. So like those big furry bees you get in America, we don't have those. We've only got the small European, like almost wasp-like bees. But yeah, no, we still have honey there. I've never been involved in the production of honey. I don't eat honey, so you know.
We took kindergarten trips and shit like that, school trips.
No, never went to a beekeeping place.
I understand. So. You didn't go to public school in the American South. Yeah. I know, James. I know you didn't go to public school in the American South. There's just something about you that tells me that.
All right, so now we need to do our concern my commoners roll.
Oh, I need to find out what my concern my commoners is. That's a 3d6, or is it automatically a 9?
Concern starts off at... So there's a rule for this.
I remember there's a rule for it, but I forget.
Starting value is...
7?
7, yep.
Yeah, because I know mine dropped because some stuff that... Look, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so if you fail, you put 0 in the care box. If you succeed, you put 5. If you crit, you put 10.
Crit!
Okay, so put 10 in the care box, Glimo.
So does that mean my concern, my commoners goes up?
No, because it's not a standard passion. But you do put a check in it.
Okay. So I put, how much did you say? 8?
10.
10 in the care box. And the fate box?
It will
be a 14.
14.
14.
Yep. So then what we each do is we each roll that misfortune. You click on misfortune there, and then you go and click on your relevant steward.
Oh, I don't have a steward.
Then it could be yourself.
It's you.
All right, my misfortune is a fail. And my stewardship is also a fail.
Okay, so fail versus fail is regular harvest.
Okay.
And success versus success.
Who won the tie?
I won, which is so it's regular.
Regular, yeah. I got success versus failure, which is good.
Yeah.
Now you just need to work out your costs of your investments.
Which I believe the sheet will do automatically.
Sometimes they have rolls though.
Oh right, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think all mine are standard cost. Only 2 more years for my orchard to start making money.
You having fun, audience? Or you're not entertained? Is literally this not why you are here?
All right, at least I actually made money this year.
Nice.
Spoken like a landowner.
Also, don't forget to put in your extra money from the raid we did.
I gave it away.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess. All right, you church going motherfucker.
Well, because I have a church now, each time I donate money to the church, any money I donate gets converted to glory.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Okay. I'll accept that as a pagan. You're making yourself more glorious. I also made money this year, just barely. I'm gonna spend it all though.
What you buying?
I'm upgrading my hall to a large stone hall, and then I'm thinking of building something for the Order of the Axe. I just haven't decided what it is yet.
It's big. It's 40 Libra.
Yeah, it is. I've been saving up. Been saving up.
You could add a lead roof to it.
I could. That's in the future. That's in the future.
Sorry, you're saying this is a positive?
It gives you more defense.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I don't know.
Should definitely light the place with asbestos too to prevent fires.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, the Romans used asbestos as a tablecloth because you could just take it outside, set it on fire, and it would come back clean. You are post-Roman citizens. You may very well use asbestos tablecloths.
All right, I am going to try to build 3 improvements.
Gasp, what are they so that the spreadsheet hawks at home can know?
Sorry, I'm building 4 improvements.
Double gasp. What a shocker. It's now a surprise on a surprise.
I am building an apiary, a dovecote, a fish pond, and a hunting lodge.
This is surprising.
Yeah, my man with the hunting lodge. Hell yeah.
What a bold choice.
So I'm going to build improvements.
Do I want to do
it's
that?
As long as I don't roll a 1, right?
Correct.
Okay, so apiary's built, dovecote's built, fish pond's built, hunting lodge is built.
You're all good. James, how much is it to expand? So if you get the population growth, how much does it cost to expand? I may have to put off the hall for a few years.
So the way it works is that you're rolling a D20 roll. You're basically needing it, and for every Libra you put in, it's 2 effectively. So if you put in 10 Libra, then you auto succeed. You put in 8 Libra, you're trying to get a 6 less than a 16.
Okay.
You put in 7 less than a 14, etc. So
and then what does it cost to like because you have to like build something for them, right?
No,
Like,
they built it themselves. Like that's what you basically spend. You're building the housing and hoping they come and fill those houses.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's actually rules where if you attract the people and don't build the houses, they start to
they turn to banditry and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is I think this is the first year that I can do that because it's 5, right?
Yeah, 5 years of meager or better. Yeah.
Okay.
So in order to do that, there's a long process to it. You've got to take a census first.
Okay.
To determine there are enough people. So let me get the sheet for it. Population growth. Okay. So you're making a roll against your current population. So your current population is 6. So you're trying to roll against 6 to determine the census has worked.
Okay.
Just from a D20, you need a 6 or less, basically.
Okay. No.
So you just do that every year until you do it, and that's when you then start the clearing and building houses.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So my population did not grow.
Yeah. Well, they've grown. You just
not enough. Not enough.
Yeah. And it's one weird thing with the system is the fact that the more people you get, the more likely it is to notice it. It's a weird one. Now I would have thought it would be the opposite, but it says an unopposed contest against. Sorry, it's an unopposed contest against the current population of the manor. So.
Okay.
Unopposed, yeah, I know. So it's just a single roll. Yeah, unopposed means one single roll. Yeah. So with the standard manor, 500 people has a target score of 5. Success or critical success indicates your manor is a lot more adults than you thought.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that we are good with the manor stuff, AP.
According to my research here, that means we are now moving on to the living. How are you guys all choosing to live?
Living rich.
I spend to live superlatively.
Yeah, superlative, not to me. The biggest one.
Incredible.
Got to keep these
I
children
am
alive.
living ordinary this year.
Let's see. Stable rules for anyone that has special horses.
Got nothing.
My man Hebes, would you like to seek a wife or from your lord using the courtesy of your court?
I am going to make the courtesy roll.
Very well. Let's see if you can get yourself up to a +3 bonus.
I do not.
Would you like to use your combined +2 to roll?
Do you want to look at the chart first?
I'm looking at the chart right now.
Okay.
It's page 131.
Yes, 5.4.
The absolute best you can hope for is the heiress of a vassal knight giving you a manor.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be rolling a 19.
19 or better, yeah.
Or better, yeah. So 10% chance.
I think Hebes is going to play the field one more year.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. If I get married, then I can have someone that actually can make stewardship.
There it is.
You can pay for a steward as well.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's right.
One libra a year.
Forgot that was an option. Yeah, I think then Hebes is going to live the bachelor life one more year. He's got too much going on. Finding himself newly infifed. But yes, I like that idea. I will pay for a steward. Is there someplace that I mark that on the manor sheet?
On your entourage sheet of your character.
Okay, next up is child survival and childbirth. Is anyone aiming to have a new kid?
Yep.
I think that I'm good for now. I'm just going to roll for my survival. Yes. Everybody lives.
Having a new child for me.
And how do I find out what his base is? It's probably in the book.
15 starts at 15.
Starts at 15. Perfect.
But he like your wife. I haven't done my wife's improvements.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Odds' is daughter.
Odds' daughter, yes.
Even as
All right.
male.
I'll
Yes.
have that for next year.
Oh, my wife's courtesy goes up by 1.
Ooh. My wife's industry goes up by 1.
Good sewer.
Mm-hmm.
So good seamstress. Funny when you start like hiring in things like coiffeurs or people to like to dress you, that sort of stuff. You end up getting like upwards of +8 to your appearance at the start of any sort of court function because you're sort of dressed in the latest fashion with your hair all done nice.
I understand the Bridgerton. Yes.
Probably more relevant in the romance period than right now.
Wow, you're telling me the romance period is the Bridgerton period? That's crazy, James. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, Bridgerton's not like
I know.
King Arthur.
Listen, I'm joking though. Bridgerton is clearly bright and colorful, and not hanging on the edge of a knife with Uther being like, "Damn, I really want to fuck everybody up right now." You know what's great? Being evil. Uther's current state policy is, as long as you're better than Vortigern, I guess that's good enough. Listen, you may know I'm 1 foot out the door with Fate Grand Order at any moment, but I actually just pulled Vortigern this week, and I was like, I feel pretty mixed on this one. He's the villain of my history,
Is it like Pokemon where you can like burn cards you don't want as food for other cards?
You can burn copies of somebody to make the original stronger.
Yeah.
I guess I could burn him to make someone stronger, but that would be insane because surprisingly he's really good.
Yeah, okay, so your morals only go so far.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, I got like 6 mass dictators on my Fate Grand Order team. All right. They're like, oh man, you know who you should have? The Pharaoh that banished Moses. That guy's gonna be a hero.
And all my children survive. I think one of them is ill, but recovers.
Fantastic. Everyone rolls a d20 for family events. Whammy.
I got an 11.
An 11. There's a birth in your family. Select someone and give them a new kid.
Nice.
Congratulations, Glimo. You have the same.
I have an
Guess
8.
I'll have to.
Gwgan, you
Build a
also
family.
get a birth in the family.
Hey.
I mean, I heard Hebby's is the 5th son of a merchant, so all I'm hearing is a lot of aunts and uncles.
Reese will have. Girl.
So I'm going to say in my family that Hayden, who is obviously Kendric's squire, has an illegitimate boy that he acknowledges.
Okay.
Scandalous. How does the Christian community feel about this?
I haven't asked them.
I feel like the song "Let's Give Them Something to Talk About" starts playing as we do like a bunch of people going in and out of churches on what are very clearly seasons changing, whispering to each other.
How will his name? There we go.
You know, in another intersection of fake Grand Order and Arthurian legend, my main party for years was Lancelot. Lancelot was my primary damage dealer, empowered by the power of Odin.
So what would Kendric do if Hayden wanted to bring like a peasant woman with him from the north? That he's, you know, like in the brief time we're right there, they've fallen, you know, madly in love, and he wants to bring her back to Salisbury.
Is he planning on marrying her?
I think like any 19-year-old, they plan for the rest of their lives together for sure.
Jesus, James, you gotta calm down with this shit, man.
Because they have no concept of scope.
Oh,
Sure.
You're killing me, James.
I'm killing a 19-year-old audience.
All right, I just lost all 5 of them. Not for this show, across all my shows.
I think that he would sit down with Hayden and go, sure, go ahead.
Nice. Get that pagan on.
Yeah. I mean, I think he, you know, he's like, yeah, absolutely. What's I don't see a problem with it.
Okay.
Because it's not like Hayden has any responsibilities to, you know, it's not like he's married to someone else.
Nope.
So yeah, go for it, man.
All right, cool. My family sheet has been accordingly updated.
All right.
Very well. According to my notes here, training and practice is next. Your choices are 1d6 plus 1 in skills, 1 point in a skill, or improve a attribute, trait, or passion.
I'm gonna take the d6 plus 1. Hey, a max 7.
Remember,
Nice.
that's only to a maximum of 15 in the
15.
skill.
Yes.
But what a great time to become an even better tin whistler.
I can't use it on that because my tin whistle is already 18.
Incredible.
I'm going to take a point of con because what doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
Yeah. To be honest, that's what I was looking at as well. So I'm gonna bump my con up as well. I am now at the normal maximum of 18, but as I believe as well, are we? Yeah, because that's in the main book. The Kendric benefit of +3 is so we can go up to 21 total.
Yeah.
Listen, you can only increase your attributes up to the age of 35.
Yeah.
You gotta get them in. You gotta get them in early.
Well, you can still glory increase them up.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You can increase them with glory because that's how like Uther and all these knights who are super old, like Orpheus, all these guys who are super old but still like rocking like 5d6 damage because, you know, even though they're like 53 and have been rolling aging for years. But anyway.
Okay. I am going to take +1 courtesy, +2 horsemanship, +2 flirting, +1 awareness, and +1 dancing.
Nice.
He's out there to find a good wife.
There you go.
there's a new play written just for Hebe's life. It's called The Good Witch. It's
I
a
just
romantic
had-
comedy.
I just had a really terrible / great idea.
Yeah.
I do know a widow
Mm-hmm.
that is quite.
I'm
I don't.
trying not to cross the streams.
No. Well, so that's not the widow I'm talking about.
No,
I'm talking about Elaine.
yeah.
Because I don't know how the dowry or the dowager laws work in 493 Logris, but I think she had like 4 manors that she brought to
because she had children though that she can't take them with her if she remarries.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Let's talk about glory. I will now reward you glory from play when we come back from the break.
Sounds great.
Excellent.
Friends, we'll be back for the second of third parts soon.
Good.
Friends, we're back. According to my notes here, several people will earn 20 glory for making rhyming couplets.
Excellent.
Everyone earns 10 glory for accompanying the Earl on a diplomatic mission, even if it was pretty much the exact plot of Star Wars Episode 1.
Or 20 glory for that?
20 glory for the rhyming couplets.
All right, how much for the accompanying the Earl?
10, right?
Yeah.
10, 1-0.
Okay.
Hebes receives 100 glory for riding with King Pellinor while hunting the questing beast Glettasant. James gets 35 glory for killing a Saxon warrior. Spoon gets 70 glory for knocking one unconscious and killing one. And Glimo gets 175 glory for battle.
What about the Saxon chieftain?
Oh,
sorry. My bad.
Hold on. You get 50 for killing the chieftain and 5 for saving the Earl.
Do I get any glory for being in Fife?
I believe so, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you normally do it at the beginning of character creation, but it is true. You should get Fifel glory.
I think there's a titles section of the book somewhere. It might be in the glory section.
$1,000 for getting knighted.
Let's see here.
100 glory for the winter phase when he is first entitled.
Great.
Oh, that's for a knight banneret, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah, I don't think you get any extra glory for being a vassal knight who gets titled. Oh, 50 glory for receiving your title for the first time.
There you go.
Yep.
So close, so close. 100 was going to get me there.
Sorry.
At 1953.
Well, if only you had sung your ramen couplet. Annual glory that you accrue. Famous traits and passions that are at 16 plus. Is that going to get anybody over any lines?
I don't know. I'm still inputting my glory from the year.
Yeah, I had those plus my conspicuous consumption already.
I mean, I can
and
tell
my
you
chivalry bonus already in there, but
probably not.
I will get it next. I will get it next time.
I'm at 4635.
Wow.
Actually, one high because one of my. Yep, my hospitality.
Thinking of branching out. I know a lot of people do like positivity streams. I'm thinking of branching out and doing negativity stream, where I soothsay everyone and warn them that doom is coming and that everything is awful all the time. What do you think? Just let me know when you guys have caught up and I'll stop making bad jokes.
My new total is 4,453.
Glimo, you got yours?
1953.
Very well. With that, I believe the year is over.
I believe so.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. The year 494, a fine vintage. Court is held at London. Would you like to go?
Yes.
Yes.
The king is ill when you arrive. He has been all winter, unbeknownst to you, and they say that the land suffers with the king's illness, for the land and the king are one. The king is barely present to hand out royal news, but he is somewhat present. The queen has entirely locked herself away. Your boy Ulfius is the only dignitary of note present. Hebbies, on your arrival, you find that there is a written note waiting for you in the court, along with a key that has been provided.
This has read Latin 1, so I'm not sure that he even can read this thing.
You know that your name is written on the envelope, and there are letters on the paper.
Do either of my fellow knights have the ability to read?
Oh yes, I'm well read.
Okay. Then Hebius will take this to Gwgan and say, Lord, I never really learned my letters. Could you help me here?
Oh, certainly. And because I'm now 28 years old, I definitely put out a small pair of reading glasses.
Oh, boy. James.
That is one of the three pair that is, within.
My Lord Hebes, I come to you today with an offer of tribute. I included as a key to a safety deposit box in the city of Londonium, where you will find 5 Libra that has been stashed, which I offer to you in friendship and earnestness. You may have heard of me at some point in the past. My name is Gropsis. I am a financier of some renown across Logres, the Isle of Britain, and also the Isle of Ireland. While I have retired from actively journeying the world to the Holy See, I find myself in need of a companion for my daughter, and I found myself drawn to Knights of Salisbury, who have been of great aid to me in the past. I learned that you have recently become a fine gentleman who has been in Fife, and would say that the dowry from my daughter is quite impressive indeed, sir. If you would like to know more, please seek me out in Londonium at this address. Greatest
I
felicitations and spring greetings, Gropsis the merchant.
translate it in full.
Am I here during this?
I wouldn't see why you wouldn't be.
No.
I mean, we are feasting together.
Sure.
He says those Knights of Salisbury. Have either one of you met this gentleman before?
Yes, I know Gropsis. He
Kickstarted your hammer collection, I believe.
Yeah, 11 years ago now, when I was first knighted, he offered me a contract with which I would sponsor his merchant travels to the continent, and that he would, return with what at the time seemed like great riches. And he was good to his word and returned with even more than what he said he would, after much trials and tribulations. So I believe that if the years have continued to be kind to him, that he could indeed have a great fortune as a dowry.
So Hibbies, I don't remember. Are you a Christian or are you a pagan?
Christian.
Yeah.
So the
I'll say, don't forget that usury is a sin, and also unknightly.
Perhaps so.
It should be noted he makes his fortune as a moneylender. So.
Well, if he's out of the business, then he's retired from such unseemly things. I believe that the church would counsel us to forgive.
Indeed, to forgive is divine.
Gwent leans across the table and says, "Have you ever actually seen a retired banker?"
I'm sure I've seen one somewhere along the way.
Listen, Hebes, if you marry this woman, you'll probably be richer than I am.
Well, it would certainly be rude not to take him up on his hospitality.
Would you mind if I came with you? I'd be more than happy to see my old friend.
Not at all, especially if you know this man. I think it would might help with the introductions.
Excellent.
You leave the feast early in the evening and make your way out into Londonium, which is overcast with a slight drizzle, muddy, and filled with people. You make your way downtown to the dockside, passing through many questionably maintained rows of what can charitably be described as houses, before making your way to something like a well-kept manorial estate, which is maintained by what seems to be a small army of both servants and guards. Your approach is noted, and you are allowed in with a sort of honor guard, and you are led to a room where a older-looking Gropsis, who's now considerably fatter and bedecked with golden rings, is sitting in a reading room, reading next to a fire, and smoking tobacco from a pipe, and he gestures for the two of you to sit down after he stands and says, "Please, please, my lords, come sit with me. It is I, Gropsis the merchant, and I'm honored to have you in my home."
Gropsis.
So can I be here for this too, since I trained the letter, or
Sure.
Hey, Gwent's here as well.
Gropsis, it's good to see you again.
Do any of you care to imbibe of alcohol or pipe weed?
I'll take a drink.
I have tobacco. I don't remember whether tobacco grows in Europe at this point. I don't know. But maybe he just offers you a plate of potatoes and corn as well, just to complete the trifecta of Americanisms.
the halfling
Halfling weed has dulled my mind, I suppose. I don't do drugs, guys. Please
No.
don't tell anyone that I do either. Not even as a joke. Yeah, so questionable content of Irish spirits and European weed is passed around for all of you to drink and enjoy. Can I take it that your visit here with many of your fine friends means that you are favorable to an arrangement?
Your letter honors me, sir, and Sir Kendric said he knew you from the past, so I thought that perhaps he might help me to make introductions.
It is
Coming
I
from
who
a
am honored.
family of merchants myself, I am very honored to speak with you.
I must clarify. My daughter is my only family left in this world, and all of my wealth, all of my treasure shall be gathered into something like a single piece of inheritance, which will be passed down to my son-in-law. This one piece could be a vast investment.
How has your business treated you over the years, Gropsis?
It has gone well. I find that even remaining in this land of Britain, simply in London, I make enough to maintain my lifestyle. My journey with you was my last journey. I still don't know why German barbarians were operating out of northern Spain, but
Very strange, very strange.
the lands are strange indeed these days, in the time after the fall of the Peace of Rome.
Are you a Christian man, sir, or do you keep the old ways?
Neither, actually.
Well, if your incomes meet your needs, then perhaps consider donating any further investments you receive to the less well off.
I don't know how to indicate that this man is a member of the tribes of Israel. He is Jewish.
It's funny. He doesn't look Jewish.
Oh, come on now. I don't know that there's any giveaway here that would indicate. I mean, maybe there's like paintings, or maybe there's some like Hebrew
I don't think
somewhere.
I don't know that I have any sort of knowledge of Judaism, so
yeah. Yeah, he just doesn't fit into your neat box of things that exist in Britain.
Yep.
Well, he just looks at Hibis, who appears to be staring blankly at him.
Hebes is quite overwhelmed, but he recovers himself and says, "Well, my lord, I certainly would be interested in meeting your daughter and see if it's if she finds something she likes about me."
He looks at you oddly and says, "Okay. Is that important to this process?"
Fair question.
Usually it is, but I'm new to this, so.
All right, Grops looks at you, Kendric, like, what's going on with this guy?
Kendric just shrugs and goes, he's a young man.
Oh, okay. All right. He says, it's the Pentecostal feast today. My daughter is out, but if you return tomorrow, I'm sure we can arrange a chaperoned, what are the kids calling it nowadays? A date? Perhaps a carriage ride around the sanitary parts of Lindonium.
So the outskirts then, around through the fields, on the outskirts of the city, like.
Wonders, sir. I would be very pleased by that.
You can meet Rachel tomorrow.
Excellent. I think Kendric will raise a toast. It says to marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage.
Marriage. Love. Ooh, love.
I gotta stop today. I don't know what's happening. Right now, all I can think of is the Community skit where Troy's doing Fiddler on the Roof, but
If I were a rich man.
yeah, he's like, it's hard to be Jewish. It's hard to be Jewish. It's hard to be Jewish in Russia, yo. It was the retelling of the Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh yeah.
Play. Oh my god, I don't know. Yeah, he graciously shows you out, and you can return to the feast if you want, or simply withdraw for the day.
Hebe's didn't have anything to do with the feast. I don't know if you, but he would gladly accompany you back if there was anything you wanted to do.
No, I think that right for the feast.
Yeah, I think I feel like we would go back because it would be, customary for us to return to the feast. But yeah, I don't have any specific scenes that I want to do.
Okay. You actually have a summons waiting for you when you return, Sir Kendric.
Okay, just because someone mentioned community. Has anybody seen the video of This Is America re-audioed to Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe?
Oh my
No.
god.
Everything lines up perfectly, almost to the lip flaps as well. So I'll put it in chat.
I'm gonna have to watch it now because I like both of those songs. But that video is crazy, dude.
Yep.
Clever, fucking killing it with his music videos, honestly. He's solely responsible for Miles Morales. Kendric, you have a summons to meet with the King's Chancellor, Duke Ulfius, in private.
Okay.
Previous meetings with Ulfius have always ended well, especially the more private, the better.
Yeah. I mean, he can't turn down a summons, so
You certainly can turn down this summons, but
I mean,
would you
not
want
without
to?
insulting the Duke.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So he will go.
You arrive in the Raven's room of this Londonium castle, where you find Ulfius hard at work. When you enter, he says nothing for a while, then looks up and says, "Sit."
Of course, Your Grace.
The conversation you were about to have, I have had with several knights today who have all turned down this offer from the king, this great honor. The king would like to send an embassy to Estragals. You may know of it as being somewhere south of your new friend King Pelinor's lands. It's filled with mountain chieftain and Irish and many men who call themselves kings. Specifically, there is a Roman fort there at Carleon. I believe that you actually may know some of the knights there. Several knights that were stationed in Cornwall with you at Terrible
Yes.
are from Carleon.
Sir Elaine is
Yes,
from Carleon.
Indeed. That is one of the reasons we are sending this offer to you, is your familiarity with local individuals.
Okay. What is our purpose
Uther
in
would like an
Estergales?
alliance with the king of the Cambrians, King Cannon, but Cannon is a shrewd and wise king, polite, far-seeing, and clever, and the area could be dangerous. Some of the mountain chieftains have been not at war yet, but preparing for raiding and gathering armies and the like. And you know, when the Irish get involved, you never really can tell what's going to happen.
Indeed. I'm sure Menevia is in their memories just as it is ours. I would not call myself a great diplomat, but I will do what I can for the kingdom.
You are accepting.
Yes.
Very well.
Am I to go alone, or can I bring other knights with me?
Bring your brotherhood. Ride to Gloucester. You will be guided from there.
Very well. And he'll basically wait to be dismissed.
After a few minutes of him writing, he says, "It is a long trip. Keep your wits about you. Do not allow the kingdom to be insulted."
Very well, Your Grace.
You are dismissed.
And he turns and leaves. And then he'll go back basically downstairs to tell Gwgan, Gwent, and Hebe's about this mission.
All right. So Gwent just nods as you say, "What's going on?"
I wonder why so many rejected it. It seems like an honor to. I mean, look, our last episode didn't go so well, but perhaps this one will be better.
Yeah, we're well, at least I am 0 for 2, but those were both trips to Malahut. And the Centurion King is a bit of a dick, so hopefully King Canaan is more open to becoming allies with Logris.
Yeah. Well, I'll have my squire prepare, and we ride for Gloucester.
Excellent.
I guess I'd best finish my business with Gropsis quickly then.
Yeah, we should probably get you married before. Well, you can get married when you come back if you want.
That didn't work for you and your wife. You got married and immediately rode off to war against her express discontent.
I mean, if we got him married first and he consummated that marriage, there's a chance he can at least leave it here in case something went really poorly in this embassy.
Well,
So I think in the morning, Hebe's will take the key and go to the go and get the money and use it to buy some better clothes,
some sweet duds.
that he doesn't show up on this date looking like the country bumpkin knight.
Sorry,
that
you
he
are using
actually
this
is.
man's own money to woo his daughter.
Absolutely.
Classic.
I mean,
That's a choice.
He said the letter did, or at least the way I heard the letter was that this was just for, you know,
Oh, it's your money, man. He gave it to you.
entertaining the offer. So
I don't see any problem. Proceed.
Yeah. I mean, you meet his daughter, Rachel. She seems like a fine young woman. One glaring holdup might be that she definitely quotes several I honestly don't know. Can I say biblical scripture? I don't know that you can. Torah quotes, religious quotations from Hebrew past that lets you know that she's kind of like a true believer and will want her children raised in that way. She's a nice girl, though. You know, polite. The two of you sit close to each other and occasionally bump hands into each other. Just pleasant to talk to.
Smart.
I don't know how smart you can determine someone is on a cross-Londonium carriage ride of a few hours.
At some point, Hebe's will pull out his tin whistle and play a little.
I actually would like you to. I would like you to play the tin whistle, but as a flirting roll.
And I use some bonus from the tin whistle on my flirting.
I'll let you roll tin whistle, and if you hit it, I'll give you a +5 bonus.
Fair enough. Success on the tin whistle.
Let's do that flirting roll.
I think you flirting went up for
Success
you too,
on the
right?
flirting.
Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and check tin whistle and check flirting as well.
Why do I feel like when you use twin whistle to flirt, it's all like those suggestive whistle sounds?
I just want to imagine it's careless whisper.
Yeah, that's what I was at too. That's what I was at as well. Just full on, just careless whisper.
I will never forget when the German ambassador gave Bill Clinton a saxophone and said, "This is an instrument of sex." It really completed the circle of Ich bin ein Berliner. Look, you're looking to see if there's a spark of romance here. I can't tell you that, you know, you're going to live a full, happy life together as part of a romantic comedy, but there's definitely a spark here.
Very well. Then after the date, he would, you know, see Gropsus and you know, say, you know, I am Earl Roderick's man, so I do need to ask my lord's permission to wed, but
I don't think you do.
Oh, I don't? Okay. Then he doesn't say that.
You said Arthur is Gropsus saying that.
No, I'm saying that. I don't think you do need to ask your lord's permission to wed. Am I crazy in this? I think you go to your lord and you, if you want to get married, he does the arrangement for you. But I don't.
Well, I think you're supposed to ask it. It would be a dick law that says no.
Okay.
But it's still part of courtesy to like within the
And like so as a nobleman, it would be an asshole move to be like, no, you can't do that to another nobleman.
By the end of the day, you receive a letter back from Roderick that just has 2 words on it. You can't read, so you have to give it to Gwgan.
What does it say before I tell him what it says?
It says, "Get it."
Okay.
Now, what's really funny is this is going to become a thing, and Arthur is just going to continually become more and more anachronistic, and James is going to have to interpret that into period speech.
That's right. Yes. He gives you his leave to wed.
I don't know how you think I could get more anachronistic. I've literally implied that Merlin is traveling backwards in time and straight up made a reference to Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's court. There's no way I could get more anachronistic.
Oh, my lord, then I guess there's nothing left to talk about except...
Okay, roll 46 plus 6.
Sorry?
4d6 plus 6. This is the dowry he offers you.
What manners you get?
And that's 0 manners. Okay. The dowry is 15 Libra.
Bad.
all these rich motherfuckers using the new rules over here for manners are just like, oh, 15 Libra. That's what I make in a bad year in my off time.
Right.
15 Libra. I mean, I don't know about Gwgan and with or you know, Owain's kid, but that's 15 Libra ain't nothing to sneeze at for Sir Kendric either.
You can also mark down that marrying your wife brings you 5 glory. Common people talk about how what a great thing it is for someone to get married to another commoner, even if it is for money. Okay, what comes next?
Apparently Gloucester.
Yeah. We prepare our travel for Astrobales.
I would like you or a designated person to make a stewardship roll, Kendric, to organize a long-term diplomatic summit to Estrogales, which is half a island away.
Could my wife plan the trip for us?
Absolutely, but she'll need to be in attendance.
Oh, so she'll have to come with us.
Indeed.
Oh,
because we're not just talking about kicking the trip off. You need to constantly get more supplies along the way.
Okay.
Not the least of which is fresh water, which weighs too much to carry in huge amounts, but also food, money for bribes and gifts.
Yeah,
also bribes and gifts.
Good thing about England is that fresh water falls from the sky quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you that much, but, you know, beef doesn't, so... And maybe it's better for that.
Does anybody have a good stewardship skill?
I have 2 good stewards in my household. I mean, or Glimo could bring his steward he just hired as well.
I could bring the steward I hired if my wife has enough stewardship. I was just looking to find out. I was trying to find.
Or we can hire a fresh steward.
New wife who this?
We can hire a fresh steward in Londinium as well.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Arthur, I will pay the cost to hire a steward for our trip.
You hire a temporary event coordinator.
Yep.
Fortunately, Londonium is probably the one city on the entirety of the Isle of Britain.
Have you seen Father of the Bride?
No.
No, I wanted to be like Serge in that, but anyway.
Okay.
How old is Rachel?
That's a great question. You know what? Why don't you roll 16 plus 2d6? We'll use the power of randomness and dice.
In a role-playing game? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
23.
It's 23.
Great, thank you. That'll help me fill these numbers out.
What would you say a good steward role would be?
Well, normally when you hire one fresh, it's 15.
Okay. Can we say any prayers before I hit the enter button?
So you say any prayers?
Yeah. I mean,
that's my
really.
secret, Arthur. I'm always praying.
Okay. Never mind. That's not a very good joke. There we go.
Hasn't stopped you before. I'm a father. I'm built on dad jokes.
Wow, hasn't stopped you before.
I figured I'd jump in for James on that one.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. The trip is organized and will be somewhat comfortable. Your steward has arranged to use, because you are going on behalf of King Uther, he's essentially sending letters ahead in your path using Uther's name to make your way through Silchester, Wanborough, Gloucester, Caerleon, all the way over to Estrogales, and basically having somebody ready in each of these places with fresh horses and new supplies for you.
His name is Pennar, Pennar.
Sounds like a pasta.
Well, apparently
Sounds like a British
it's a Welsh,
person pronouncing Benny.
apparently it's a Welsh name, so maybe he's from the Galas originally. That's why we hired him.
Yep, you just walk down the street shouting, "Are there any Welsh
Any
event
Welshmen?
coordinators? We're looking to take a trip to Wales, and we need someone to clear the way for us. Any Welsh fixers?" After a crowd of no's, one man stepped out from behind a brick alleyway, his London gangster cap in hand, in a very what's the I don't remember what the name of the show is about the Irish gangsters fighting each other.
Peaky Blinders.
Very Peaky Blinders moment. I couldn't get past the first episode of Peaky Blinders where they're like, "Did you just try to pull a Chinese?" Or something like that. You just have a Chinese medicine woman or something claim that a certain horse will win using spiritual powers, and I'm like, so this was a hoax then? Okay, for gambling. Okay. I mean, I hear the show is amazing. I just couldn't get past the first episode.
The first two seasons are very good. It goes downhill after the first two seasons.
Oh, so it's the opposite of The Wire. I see.
Yeah. Sam Neill plays a good villain, only he keep his Irish accent, you keep hearing the New Zealand accent come through.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, this may be crazy to you, but I watched two British men pretend to be Russians in a clip you sent me, and that drove me nuts.
Well, they at least they admitted that they weren't trying to do accents. So
for me, growing up, the most Russian person in the world was Sean Connery in The Hunt for the Red October, and that for me may always be what a Russian accent sounds like.
I'm thinking here, don't react to well to bullets. Not Ivan Drago in Rocky?
No. Although this is my favorite part of Burn Notice is even when he's pretending to be a Cuban dissident talking to Russians, he's like, we don't share a language except for English. What if all of our future conversations in this episode are in English? And I was like, wow, that was really forced. Okay.
Big stretch.
Maybe I'll just rewatch the entirety of Burn Notice a third time.
I do that every few years.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Why not?
Another watch party.
That was my first and only watch party, was the first episode of Burn Notice, and Glimo was the only one who showed up. I was really sad because he beats up Vanilla Ice in the first episode. Anything else? I feel like Glimo is arranging for his wife, so I don't really want to move forward.
Go ahead. I've got the important things down, so the rest of it I can do in the background.
Okay. I will trust in your preparation.
So what was it? Is it plan to do a shotgun wedding before we left, or to get married when you get back?
That's a great question.
Unless you guys tell me otherwise, I think it would be it would. Well, how long do we think we're going to be gone?
Dugolfius made it sound like quite a while. It's a long way to it's literally Estragales is as far west as you can go down here. So it's going to be quite a trip.
Yeah.
Sounded like Rob just wanted to get this to happen right away. So
you've also taken the dowry too. So if you take the dowry and then die on this embassy, that leaves her with very few opportunities.
That is true.
All right, then fine. We'll do the wedding when I get back.
No. I was saying the other way around. I was saying do the wedding first.
Oh, do the wedding first.
Yeah. Because if you take the dowry and then die, and you're not married to her, she's up a creek without a paddle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and if you die without children, she at least gets a widow's portion of your estate.
Okay. Well, then yes, we'll do the quickie wedding.
Now here's the real question: who's your best man?
That is a good question. Hebes has known Kendric longer, so I think he would ask Kendric if Kendric would stand up for him.
Sure. Even though it's one of those Christian weddings, that's all fine and good.
I got the feeling that it was going to be a Jewish wedding.
No, yeah, Kendric doesn't know the difference.
Listen, you can make that call, but just know there will be consequences either way.
Yeah.
You're the man of the house. Just like that really bad Texas cheerleader movie, Man of the House.
Hebes is Christian, but not like religious.
Yeah.
So, I have a religion of two. So if he's Christian because his family's Christian, and that seems to be the way the winds are blowing. But if she and Gropsis, because Gropsis is paying for it, have stronger feelings that they would like their faith to be at the forefront, Hebes is not going to put up any fight about that.
I feel like it's very passive aggressive how especially Gropsis is just like, you're my son-in-law. It's your wedding day. However you want to do it is how we're going to do it. It's just that tradition is so important to our family.
Just we'd really like you to step on this class.
Well, no, to Rachel. Tradition is so important for Rachel. It's like it's gonna.
Sorry, I forgot how to shame people. Yeah, of course. It's so important to my daughter. This is her big day too. And
yeah.
Thanks, James. I had forgotten that part of human interaction where you foist your responsibility for something off on someone else.
Yeah. Represent controls institutional, not personal.
Okay. I'd really like you to step on this glass. Is that what you said? Oh, it took so long to catch up with me. Okay. Well, you get married at a nice under the table Jewish wedding that not many people attend because it's not very popular up here in the north. It's not like it's distasteful or anything. It's just, I assume, a close friends thing. I'm fucking losing it at that for no apparent reason.
Well, it was such an offhand comment.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was very good.
It would be like going to a Christian marriage and just be like, okay, we'll put the ring on it, just say I do, and then kiss her, I guess.
Yeah. And
listen, there's a lot of stuff going on. That's the important part. Just do that part.
We've got a pair of chairs over here that you're gonna sit in, and it's a whole thing.
Okay, listen. We don't need to deconstruct marriages for the rest of the episode. We're not a fucking chef. All right. Is it okay to say that you've made your way to Clarence and through it Gloucester?
Yeah, I would say so.
You make your way to the halls of Duke Gloucester, who comes out to greet you personally, not as Sir Kendric and the Brotherhood, but as ambassadors of the King of Logres. The old Duke introduces you to his twin sons, the twin bannerets of Glimo. The one on the left wears red at all times, and the one on the right wears green at all times. And they are called the Red Banneret and the Green Bannerets of Glimo. When you meet them, they are busy standing next to each other, using halberds to poke each other in the shins. And rather than pay attention to the very important ceremony of being introduced to you, they are quietly yelling at each other. They're on. Sorry?
So when I did these guys in my campaign, my inspiration was the two guys from Ocean's 11 that get sent to work in the factory in Mexico.
Yeah.
They're always fighting.
and then end up
they end up organizing a union and taking over.
That's one of my favorite parts of that movie too.
They want 13,000. Oh, okay. There's 30 guys each. No. That's 13,000 for everybody.
Yeah. It's like, all right, we'll have it done just as soon as we break management.
Man, Ocean's 11. What a great movie. Absolutely amazing. You always got to appreciate George Clooney and Brad Pitt doing a victory lap at the end of the movie. What class, what style. Anyway, these guys lack that entirely. You can see that their entourage of squires, pages, knights that are assigned to them, all of them are either wearing red or green as well, and their entourages appear to loathe each other.
And these are the Duke's.
These are
sons?
the Duke's twin sons. He clears his throat, and everybody starts paying attention again. And he says, "Ah, yes, my twin sons. No need to use their names, which are not given here. You could just call them Red and Green, which are not their given Christian names. It's just how they're said to be referred to in this document I'm holding. Very appropriate for me to call my sons by the colors they have chosen to wear."
Very well.
Well, it's a long trip to Carleon. There's 2 rivers in the way. Are you prepared?
Yes, we have actually our temporary event coordinator is from this area.
I don't know what any of that means, but go with God on your journey.
Thank you, Your Grace.
All right, get out of my house. And take my worthless sons with you. Maybe have some peace and quiet until you get back. This dude just straight up like shuffles off and just pulls out a pipe and lights it right in front of you. Your trip to Carleon is truly hellacious. Your honor guard spend most of the time fighting each other and slowing the column down. Whether this is a intentional insult by the Duke of Gloucester to King Uther, or whether this dude literally just doesn't have the perspicacity to understand that his sons are a nuisance, I cannot say.
Yeah.
That's up to you to decide.
Or does this dude just hate his 2 sons who seem to do nothing but fight and wanted them out of the house for like 2 weeks so he could have some peace and quiet in his old age?
Sounds like an intrigue roll to me.
Great. Who'd like to make one?
If only we had someone in the party that...
Hebbies? You want to get back in that life? The ghost of Pascal Jaden puts a hand on your shoulder. On your other shoulder. Rod puts a hand on You just see a giant floating D20 angelically covered in halos. Come on, Glimo, you want to roll?
I'll roll.
I'll make that roll.
Sure, go ahead. Make the roll.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Kendric's like, these guys are great.
Go fumble.
I just have a regular failure.
Listen. Gwgan, Hebbies, both of you come to a conclusion fairly quickly that this is an intentional slight by Duke Gloucester upon your people. For you, Kendric, you believe that not only is this an intentional slight against you and King Uther, you are also coming to believe that this may be a trial sent to you by the spirits of the land of Britain itself to test your patience and willpower, to not just go mad bear of the South and start fucking murdering these two and all their dumbass followers. You had to deal with some real entitled idiots in your time in the Young Wolves, and this is somehow, despite the fact that it's only a few weeks, it's so much worse.
Yeah. Now they're going home once we reach Carleon, right?
I don't think so. I think they're waiting for you at Carleon to bring you back.
Okay. Well, yeah, because I think if they were going to try and continue with us,
no,
I think Kendric would be like, "We've got it from here. Thank you. You can go home now."
That's not how honor guards work, unfortunately.
But they are staying at Carleon while we go on to Estragos.
They will be your escort back through Glaster.
Yeah. Maybe. We'll see.
That's not how honor guards work.
Oh, wow. Listen, you have to be able to find somebody to honor guard them, so...
You make your way to Carleon, an old Roman city that has seen better days, which is, of course, true for many places, but Carleon is less a city and more a fort that has organically sprouted up a supporting population. You encounter the very honest Sir Elaine de Carleon, who has a coat of arms similar to that of Escavalon, which is the county you pass through. You have met him before. He greets the Glimo twins politely and welcomes you into Carleon. But he does rib you, literally like poking his elbow in you, and says, "Though I, of course, wasn't ensorcelled by Merlin during that whole affair."
Yes. And, your life also wasn't at stake in the following trial.
Well, if my recollection of our time in Terrible is correct, I seem to recall that you were huge fans of enjoying a game of cards, and at that, Gwent appears from behind Kendric, pulls himself to
doing
his
the
full
whole
hand.
cards between the hands.
Sir Elaine is like, "Oh, I might have made a mistake here." Would anyone like to join in the gambling?
Sure.
Okay. Anyone else before I hit this roll button?
No. I've lost every time I've gambled, and gambling is now insanely for me.
Ebbies?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. This first roll is for Gwent, the second is for Elaine. Gwent will fail, and Elaine will succeed on a 6.
I love the way that Gwent's actually got a decent skill, but he fucks up every time.
Yeah. It's that thing where, when you're good at playing cards and the other people have no idea what they're doing, and so they're doing things that you don't expect. Like,
I see you've played Whist before.
I think what it is like Gwent starts to do the whole sort of like, he plays deliberately poorly to lure everyone into a false sense of security so he can then like shark you later on, but then everybody loses interest after the first round, and so he's lost his money but can't then go on to win it back.
And then he goes double or nothing, and we're like, nah, we're done.
He starts by folding on a pair of aces. Sir Elaine runs the table, easy mode. That's once again true of knights who've been to Terrible, is that the highest ranking commander knights always beat everybody else.
Yep.
It's as incontrovertible as gravity. Alain de Carvel takes you and gives you an opportunity after the game to sort of rest up from your travels on the road, get cleaned up, prepare to present yourself to the King of Escavalon.
Anything we should know about this man?
King Nantaleode. I don't know if you all have met him before. I think you've actually
I think he's been in court once before.
Yeah, he's definitely been in court. I don't know that you've met him.
We weren't there, I don't think. No, because would he have been at the wedding for Morgos and Elaine? Or whatever?
I mean, everybody was out there. But again, I don't know that you've ever talked to him personally.
Right.
He's definitely been present at places you've been at.
He wasn't one of the kings that was impressed with Hebe's piping.
Oh, actually, he would be. But again, you've never talked to him personally. But he does recognize you. He goes, "Ah, the Tin Man." When you enter the room, he stands up with a smile.
Tin Man, I like the sound of that. And I pull out and do a jaunty little, and then vanish it back up my sleeve again.
Okay, when you do that, he goes, "Okay, well, this is a really formal proceeding as I'm receiving guests of the King of Logris, but okay, sure. Is this how it's done in Uther's court now?" He turns and he says, Vizier, make sure we hire a tin whistle guy for when we go to Logris. That's just the fashion of the time. Get rid of the onion belt guy. We don't need him anymore.
It'll catch on. King Uther sends his greetings, Your Majesty.
Does he? And what is your purpose on behalf of King Uther passing through my lands?
We are here to make friends and allies for the Kingdom of Logris.
We are continuing on to Estragalas to meet with King Kanan there as well.
Interesting. Well, let us sit and talk of things as men do.
Very well.
All right, great. I got to get my West Wing quote in for the day. Actually, just as long as we're doing West Wing, he walk and talks you to the banquet hall. High level politics, so that you sit down and all you want to talk about is staplers.
Look, we pay for this city camera. We're going to use it.
It's like NCIS using 3 camera angles in every scene because they have 3 cameras and they always make sure they use 3 angles in any fucking scene. Boy, we're right here at the time change. Could I convince you guys to let us go an hour early tonight?
Sure.
Ever since the plate, that was the last of my willpower there.
Oh, step on this glass.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. I'm just super tired. Glimo, you got an outro? I would never want to deprive you of this precious gift that I can offer.
I know I don't really have anything going on. Glimo, you can find me in Arthur's Discord. And I had fun tonight, and it looks like, Hebe is moving on up in the world. So, see how that all goes.
Every 90s series I've ever seen that involves the words "we're moving on up in the world" has all ended really positively. Yeah. You want to write a song for the Starks?
The M people already did it.
Are we back next week?
I am.
Yeah, we should be.
You know what else is back next week? A new episode of Blades of Honor and a new episode of Oath of Enosteel. That's crazy. I did hear though that we're out
AP
for like...
to say that is to curse both.
Yeah, good. I don't know how you think that they could be less cursed than going a solid month and a half without a new episode, James.
The only time you should promise a new episode is when one's just been recorded.
You got a new episode of Blood Bowl wrap up ready to go?
No, I still need to. I need to do all the summary games.
Oh, for some reason I thought they all already played and were on.
No,
I'm crazy.
I haven't because I was doing like one of them during the intro hour last week, but I was going to do one night this, but then I had to go and do a summary of Lawson's game instead because of the audio issues. So I need to sit down and put all. Like I've got one game almost fully entered into Battle Chronicles, so I can then output it, but then I'm going to do 3 more. So it might be a Blood Bowl low week this week. I've got a bit of work on too. I've got to go interstate on Tuesday. So
could you imagine getting through a week in an intro hour and not being 20 minutes of Blood Bowl? That's crazy. We're even talking about Blood Bowl on this show. So anyway, BattleTech will be back. I sincerely hope. And yeah, no GFA. So hold your.
Do you like my Ares Conventions meme in Discord?
In the BattleTech discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We got what is the actual quote?
Dodson.
We got Dodson over here.
Jurassic Park, as always. Yep. You know, in the book, that guy was the hero, and the rich millionaire who wouldn't pay was the bad guy. Imagine not paying your sole expert programmer on the entire island to maintain the IT infrastructure.
Sure. Yeah.
A couple more bucks.
Yeah. Where you get you get weird ads on Facebook from time to time for things that are being sold, and one of them I had recently was an ad for replicas of the shaving cream canister that with the
like the
you can pull it out and have all the little vials inside it, all the little cyclotron vials.
Nice.
The real use case for something like that.
Collectible.
Yep.
All right, guys. I'm going to go pass out. It's been a time. Friends at home, I hope you got your spreadsheets in. Next time, we're going to dinner. Again. We do it a lot, but this one's significant. We're also going to have the Pendragon version of Fast and the Furious next time.
Not as significant as next year's dinner.
Wow, James. You gotta chill with that shit. You gotta chill with that shit. You can't do that. Can't.
Good foreshadowing, Arthur.
But you can't do that. Could you hold on? I'm not gonna go break it. Could you imagine a historical event called the Difficult Dinner? Now that's the most British shit I ever heard of. That's right. In the year 1233, Roger the Lion had a very, very untimely conversation. It became known as the Difficult Dinner, and you'll see right here that it's one of the most important things as to the lineage of British kings and queens in the last 1,000 years. Oh my god. All right, now I'm going. We're leaving now. Goodbye, audience.